And you know what? We're going to get Pat Venditte up in the booth right now, in fact. And Pat, you are up here watching some Cosmic Baseball with me. And I gotta ask you, the view from up here, man, how does it look?
I mean, this is unbelievable. You got a penthouse view up here of some of the most exciting baseball you're going to find. This could never get old.
This is amazing. I mean, it doesn't. Every time the lights come off, it takes my breath away as Max Varon cuts and misses. So, Pat, you come in for the second inning. I'm going to ask about the homer at some point, but first just back to competitive baseball, man. How did that feel?
I tell you what, it felt so good being back out there and just you're trying to hit that zone so hard and, the heart's racing and just wanting to put on a good show. And, I mean, you got to ask about the homer. And,
that ball, crushed.
Hammered into the wind.
Do you know Alex Mauricio is a pitcher?
We were talking before the game because he was in the Yankee system too. So we were just swapping some war stories. And then I asked him at the game, I said, did you really have to do that to me? I was like, come on, man. But no, he put a great swing on that pitch. And it was a lot of fun all the way around.
Max Varon, good swing. It is lined and caught out in left field. B-Rob there. So, Pat, couple of strikeouts, the switch pitcher, and I mean, such an amazing story. I got to say, I wonder if you're going to get this reference. I introduced you as, of course, MLB veteran, Omaha legend, Creighton All-American. I also said first amphibious pitcher in MLB history. That is, of course, a reference to one of the headlines when you made your debut, but ambidextrous is the word. A switch pitcher, as Juddy, a line drive knock. When did that come about for you? I'm sure you relitigated this, but I have to know. It's so interesting. When did that switch pitching start for you?
So my old man's down here tonight with a full booth of people down there, friends and family. He's a baseball man, and he thought if there could be switch hitters, why not a switch pitcher? So at the age of 3, now 37 years ago, not far from right here, we started that journey. And had he not done that, I don't think you guys would want to see just an old washed-up righty here tonight. I think you need to see both.
I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, it's so unbelievable. I was doing some reading, and when you made your debut, back in 2015 was when I was starting to really fall in love with the game, and so I saw a story like that, and I was like, this is incredible stuff. So I was doing some reading today. You started an arm slot over the head righty and sidewinding lefty. How did that was a crazy thing for me to read. So yeah, and it kind of evolves. The longer you pitch, the longer you have to try to find ways to reinvent yourself. So I ended up, by the time it was all said and done, I was a sidearm guy lefty, and I would throw from all the arm slots right-handed. But each year you go to camp, guys have seen you, so you got to come up with something new. So that's where the sidearm came in, the sliders, and I don't know if you noticed tonight, I threw an ephus slider in there. I saw it. Before a quick pitch fastball. Yeah. So I got to trick these guys as much as I can. Got to mix speeds, got to mix slots. So that's the wily vet in you, Pat. By the way, talking to Pat Venditte, MLB vet, Omaha legend, up here in the broadcast booth in Cosmic Baseball. So now that these lights are on, you were down there for the transition. What was that experience like, just feeling the energy in this place? It's popping down there. You know what? Everybody in here is having a great time tonight, and the build-up for those lights to go off, you can just feel it. Sam Hansen induces a swinging strikeout. That is it for the Mojis in the bottom half of inning number 5. And Pat, it is home run derby time. We're going to take it over to our derby video. Then Pat Venditte will join me for the derby.
The Home Run Derby. A competition that puts one's power on full display.
Yeah.
Normally, this is a contest with low stakes. But in Cosmic Baseball, every homer matters. One homer equals 1 run. Add your lead or mount your comeback. Blowouts become nail-biters. The bleachers become Souvenir City. And the game becomes a showdown. Welcome to the Home Run Derby.
I would love to do the air horn. What do I do? Press the button when home run. I'll tell you when. How long do I hold it down for each time?
Bop.
Just a quick one?
Yeah. All right, you just heard me and Pat Venditte chat, and he's going to be blowing our cosmic air horn. And so I'm going to bring you guys into the broadcast booth here for just a moment. We got Pat to my left. He's got the air horn. He's locked in. Kal Kapoor, as we're getting set for Derby number 1 of the night. So Derby number 1 features Joe Moji and Showtime Crosby. Let's look at the tail of the tape here for this first Derby. So Joe Burke, 9-5-1 so far on the season, 90 total homers. Showtime, 6-4-2, 12 homers, not correct. He has plenty more than that. So Joe Moji will start. The timer starts on the very first swing. Can Joe Moji get to 10 bombs? Here we go. Time starts now. That ball absolutely launched deep and gone. You can hear the horn behind me. That's 1 for Joe Burke. This could be 2. Out into left center field. He's got 2 now. Horn sounded for 3. Deep out to left center. Does Joe Moji have 4? Not yet. Goes the other way for his next 2 swings. Not going to get there. That ball obliterated to deep left center field. Top of the wall, though. Not going to get there. Next swing, way up. A moonshot is gone. Now to left center field. Does this have enough? Yes, it does. That's gone, too. With 5 ticks to go, he hits the base of the wall. Joe Moji cannot find it there. 5 bombs for Joe Burke. And Pat, how was that blowing the air horn?
I'll tell you what, I got more nerves from that than I did pitching. I can't be messing that up.
You know what? We got to give a shout out to Alex Ferguson, who's up here with me. He runs the air horn every single night, and he does an excellent job.
I'd be lost without him.
All right. It's Brandon Crosby time. Joe Moji gets 5 bombs. The Glow Mojis extend their lead. 10-4 is your score. Pat Venditte up here in the broadcast booth with me for this home run derby. And Brandon Crosby with a bang to start things off. Deepest part of the ballpark, though, not going to get there. Still searching for number 1. He's got it there. There's 1. Out to dead center. Doesn't have it. Brandon Crosby still with 1 bomb. Showtime looking for derby win number 7 of the campaign. Still looking for number 2 with 20 seconds to go. This ball absolutely franked. Deep left center field. Is there any doubt? No, there's not. That's 2. He's got 3. Brandon Crosby with 3 with 7 seconds to go. He's getting into a rhythm here. There is number 4. Brandon Crosby's got 4 as time ticks down. And that is 5. Wow, what a first derby of the night.
That was amazing.
Pat, your vantage
Thanks for letting
point.
me do that.
Pat, your
awesome.
vantage point up here, man. Incredible stuff.
These guys are just, they put on a heck of a show.
They really do. And that is 45 seconds. I talked to Joe Burke about the stress a home run derby takes. Can you even imagine swinging out of your shoes 20 times in 45 seconds?
Well, and it's pitch black, too.
Yeah.
That's got to take some getting used to. And when I was tracking fly balls at the practice, it is a different feel than when it's outside. So that's a really hard thing that these guys are doing.
Absolutely.
We got a little wind pushing in, too, from left.
We do. It's blowing out to our right side, but in on the right-handed hitters. So it is not necessarily the easiest way to hit bombs, especially for the righties, but 5 bombs for each, Joe Moji and Showtime Crosby. So, Pat, I want to talk a little bit about your baseball journey. You and Sensei Ray Ortega know each other very well. So, you coming here to Cosmic Baseball by nature of Sensei, our Glow Moji's head coach.
Yep. You know what? I reached out to Ray probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago. I was in town. I saw you guys were going to be here. I'm like, hey, Ray, I see you guys are sold out. I'd love to maybe come watch. He's like, you want to pitch? I'm like, absolutely.
Let's
go.
Of course, yeah.
So that started the whole, getting ready, because when you go out there like that, you don't want to, just go out there without being able to put on a show. So I have a lot of respect for Ray. He was a coach with the Giants when I was there in 2019, and it's been a good friendship ever since. So it's been fun.
Yeah, and you coming out here, putting on a show, those 2 Ks, the Sellies with the boys, that is some really cool stuff, and we appreciate your support. The city in the state, Omaha and in Nebraska, you, of course, a very accomplished college career in high school ball here. How has the sports scene in Omaha evolved over the years and since your time in college and high school?
You know what? This tells you everything you need to know. This town just supports things. We get the swimming championships here, and there's 20,000 people.
Brandon Crosby, hard hit to shortstop, and that is a smooth play for out number 1.
Whether it's volleyball, swimming, College World Series, Nebraska football, Creighton basketball, this town just shows up, and they love a good sporting event. And you know, you guys probably sell out a half a home season here with this show. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is amazing. These fans embracing us. This is the first time anything of this ilk has come to Omaha, Nebraska, and by that I mean Cosmic Baseball. It's been really, really special to see the fans embracing us, and you know, people like you, Pat, for coming in and making such an impression so early on in our Cosmic season. Only stop number 7 for us. Feels like we've been on tour for months, and we are still in the early stages. Adam Arroyo, a line drive single. There's 1 on and 1 out. So, Pat, obviously a baseball player, MLB veteran. Any broadcast appearances for you? Any play-by-play in your past? You know, what is the comfortability for you on the mic?
You know, right now I feel pretty good. This is
okay.
I requested one of these a year ago. I came into town for a Creighton game, and I thought maybe if, you know, for some of these like ESPN Plus games, I thought with all the baseball I've seen from, you know, the different parts of the world and pretty much every league you could play in, from a color standpoint, I'd be able to provide some value.
Yeah.
So I went down TD Ameritrade Park for a Creighton game last year, and I went back and listened to it. I was awful. Like the amount of what we got here.
Max Freeze, shattered bat, blooped it to no man's land. It's down for a base knock.
The amount of respect I have for what you guys do, play to play, pitch to pitch, and you know, having to do all that you do to fill that 3 hours. It's a tough job.
Well, you know what? The guys make my life so easy. I have players come up here whenever they want to just hang out, and it's just so much fun to have players that are so invested not only in the success on the field, but the success of the entire organization. It's been really cool to see. And, Pat, Alex Mauricio is up at bat with 2 on. So from a pitching standpoint, Jalen Smith on the bump. Oh my God, Alex Mauricio, deep drive, right center field, back to the wall. It is off the wall and in play. I thought he had it, but he's going to drive home 2 runs anyway. Alex Mauricio, a play now at the plate, and a truck by Max Freeze.
Oh, boy. I'm going to have to get down there. I might have to. We have benches crawling.
Oh, my God. Well, Mauricio, first things first, has hit 3 balls and averaged an exit velo of about 150. And the Cubano shuffle after a truck for the Chili Peppers. They take the lead on 1 swing by Alex Mauricio.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah,
that ball must look like a beach ball to him right now.
I was about to say, pitching perspective against a guy that's swinging a hot bat, I can still ask, Pat, you know, when you're on the mound, so much of a mental game as well. What was that like for you when you're facing different trends, different players for a second, third times? Where did the mental game play in for you?
It comes in big time, and that's where you know, changing those speeds in even of a certain pitch, finding, you know, the eephus slider, the regular slider, one a little bit less, taking, you know, 2 or 3 off of a fastball. And then the big thing was messing with timing too. That's where I really kind of grew as the game went on and as my years went on. But as far as, you know, on a night like tonight, I shook to the slider too. That was my fault. I should have listened. You know, that always happens that way.
Here's Blaine McIntosh, a rocket out to right field. Mauricio gets the turn. There might be a play at the plate. It bounces down to Joe Moji. There was a play there. But Mauricio will score. Stay hot, Alex. What a game. What a cosmic debut. Alex Mauricio crosses the plate. It is 12-10 Peps. And McIntosh drives in another.
He's going to sleep good tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we're not really going to be sleeping that much. We got a flight at about 6 a.m.
I heard about that. You guys got a 3:30 wake-up call?
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's the nature of the beast. I'm sure you've had some long bus days in your MILB career, Pat.
I was telling Ray, this reminds me of the AAA, Pacific Coast League. You'd have a game in New Orleans at night, and then you got to play the next night in Tacoma.
Yep.
So you got to get on that flight. You got to connect her somewhere.
Well, you know what I can say? I've only been doing this for a couple months. This traveling lifestyle, I love it. This is amazing, seeing all parts of the country. No hate, no shade. Never thought I'd end up in Omaha at all in my life, and it's been really cool to see every single location we go to embrace us and provide entertainment to a lot of fans every single week. It's been a truly amazing experience so far.
That's one thing after a while you can start to take for granted, the fact that you get to wake up and get coffee in a different city around the country, and then there's no life like it. Like if you can do it, I advise anybody to do that, because that, even though I had a long minor league journey, I've seen every part of this country and numerous places around the world.
As the ball got away from Jalen Smith, Blaine McIntosh tried to snag home. He's going to have to go back to third base. Pat, did you have a chance? We had a couple of crazy chaos plays. Do you have a chance to observe the 3 minutes of chaos part of our game?
Insane. And I was so pumped because I got off the hook. I was on the hook for the loss.
Fungo here, Grione slams it into the corner. He'll take the turn and go to second base. A Fungo Ribby double. And Francis has now driven in 7 runs in his past 3 games. It's 13-10 Peps.
It was fun to be able to, kind of shift the momentum there with that inning of chaos and turn the tides for us to win that first portion of daytime baseball or evening baseball.
Yeah, the chaos plays have been so much fun for me, as B-Rob out to center field, tracking back, but camped out under it and making the catch in time is Khalil Wilson. There's 2 down. Francis goes to third base. So, Pat, a lot of rule variations in Cosmic Baseball. We have the reverse base pass. We, of course, have the Cosmic, the Fungos, the Chaos. What has been your favorite different factor of Cosmic Baseball than your normal baseball?
I love the fact that I can switch every pitch.
Yeah, I was saying that the Venditte rule is quite clear. You cannot switch during an AB. And I was like, I'm sure he's happy that he can go back to that.
And I don't know if you saw one. I took the glove off for one. I had it behind the mound.
Yep.
Letting go of that baseball is terrifying. I went right back to pick up that ball, even though he didn't get a hit off me. I picked that glove up. I'm like, we're not doing much of that.
That is incredible stuff.
But, I don't know if you noticed that one. I started to go left-handed. He was in the box. I didn't have a glove on, so he had no way of knowing which way I was going to pitch, and then just chucked the fastball right-handed.
So great. That is so great.
And it happens so fast. Like, people probably miss some of that stuff, but, if you go back and watch it, you can kind of see some of that nuance.
Yeah, watch back the Venditte inning. I had Corey Kubaner up here. We were talking. Such a cool thing to have you on the bump. Not a lot of players, I'm sure you get this a lot, not a lot of players have rules named after them. I know Ohtani, of course, is the main one. Carter Capps, I believe, has one, the Crow Hop. Are there any others that I'm missing? There has to be a couple.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I don't know of any others off the top of my head.
2-2, McCabe stays alive, but, I mean, hey, in any conversation with Shohei has got to feel pretty good.
I tell you what, anytime you can be brought up with that guy, he is truly a once-in-a-lifetime talent, and he makes that Dodgers team tick.
2-2 upstairs, and the count is now full with a runner on third base. That's Francis Grione. And Jalen Smith 1 pitch away from stopping the bleeding here. The payoff. Up and outside, here's the Fungo. McCabe right up the middle, off the glove of Jalen Smith. There might be a play. Bare hand toss, not in time. And a run will score, and that is, the Fungo, the pitchers usually go behind the mound. Jalen opted to stand right on top of that thing, and he might have gotten burned for it.
You can't feel this, but my heart is pounding right now. How did he just stand there for that?
That is, the Fungos, I mean, it is a wild thing. The Peps now lead 14-10 on a Fungo Ribby.
A little extra velo on that last fastball.
Yeah,
a little angry ball right there.
Just a little bit. McCabe goes up in the air, Bonnie. Playable for Joe Burke in foul territory. He makes the catch, and that is it for the top half of the frame. So, Pat, you got the choice here. You want to keep hanging out, or you can go experience some Cosmic Baseball from the stands.
I'm going to do one more half, and then I'll pop down. This is fun, but I got to get back down there.
Yeah, you know what? I do appreciate that. It is such a incredible vista from up here. Each and every day, as I said, takes my breath away. And Pat, I appreciate you for sticking around and bearing with me as we call some Cosmic Baseball together. Do you have any favorite under-the-radar MLB moments that maybe, you think about now as you reflect as, man, those were the good old days, the good times?
Yeah, I've told this story before, but it took me 8 years to get called up to the big leagues, nearly 8 years. Yep. And Stephen Vogt, who's now two-time manager of the year with the Cleveland Indians, was with me there with the A's. And the way it worked out was I had gotten called up the night before in Nashville, but my flights to Boston to Fenway Park were delayed, so I didn't get in until after the game started. So I landed in Boston, and I had come from the Yankees to where if you were having like a doctor's appointment, they had like a driver coming to pick you up, like whatever you needed. And then with my debut with the A's, they said, hey, just grab a cab. So here I am, Friday night traffic in Boston with my wife. We get to the ballpark. I'm rolling in with my A's bag trying to convince the guy at the gate, like, hey, because there's no player entrance either. So I'm all flustered. I finally get into the stadium. It's like the third inning. I remember rushing down the tunnel and just thinking of all the legends that had come before me there. And I get up and I see the green monster, and Bodie's right there, puts his arm around me. He said, I want you to slow down for a minute when this half inning's over, walk as slow as possible from the dugout to the line, and then give me your best show jog from here to the bullpen. And it was just one of those moments where he slowed everything down for me, and it's easy to see why he's such a good, manager. And next thing I knew, 3 innings later, I was in the game, and it went well. So
awesome.
That's a good one.
That is so cool. I think, just slowing down, appreciating is such a – it's kind of gotten lost, not to get too philosophical about it, but it is definitely something that all of us can take to heart here. As Breland Almanova leads things off in the home half of inning number 6. After this, we get derby number 2. Sam Hansen deals, hot shot third base, Bonnie across the diamond, smooth for out number 1. He makes it look easy out there.
He does. That was a smooth play. A lot of these guys do. There's some nice glove work out there, some strong arms.
Yeah.
These are good ball players.
And doing that in Cosmic, where the depth perception, can't see the spin, can't read the ball off the ground, it is impressive stuff.
Oh.
Inside here.
That's got to be quick to be able to react on that, too. That's got to be a fast reaction as a hitter.
Yeah, we had on defense, third base and shortstop for the Mojis last night. 2 of the best plays that I've seen. A delayed reaction at third where Eric Vasquez stays put for a minute and then quick twitches to the ball backhand. As Joe Moji, deep drive, left center field.
Get down.
Long run.
Let's
aside,
go.
And the ball gets down. Joe Burke is on his horse. Does he get the turn at second base? He takes a hard turn, but stands right there. Joe Moji, his 10th double of the season. And the Mojis are cooking here.
Big time poke right there. I'm not doing a very good job of staying neutral like I'm supposed to do in the booth either, am I?
You know what? Look, we're gonna bring our viewers into the broadcast booth here for just a moment. Pat Venditte in the Sunday best for the Glow Mojis. Look, you're invited here by Sensei Ray Ortega. It's okay. It is all good. Pat, I appreciate you for spending part of your Cosmic night here with me. And I ask all of our guests this, how about these jerseys?
Oh, my goodness.
Man, I wish I could wear this every day.
These things are incredible. And then the lights flick off, and it just pops even more.
These Sunday ice cream jerseys are my favorite that we have here.
I was telling Ray earlier, I was glad he lined us up to wear these.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing because we don't usually wear those during the daytime. Those are usually the nighttime for the Glow Mojis, but it all works out.
Heck yeah, this is awesome.
Brett Fick wearing some kind of neon mask. I don't know what that is. It's like a strobe light.
It's like it's got LEDs on the front, huh?
Let's see if the fungo works out for him wearing the crazy LED mask. This is true Neon Nebula nightmare. With Tanner Flowers on second, he chops it. Bonnie the charge, the pick, the toss, too easy. Jackson Bonneville doing it all by himself in the hot corner. There's 2 down.
We'll blame that on the mask.
Yeah,
that's got to be tough to do.
I'm trying to look at what exactly Brett is wearing.
I can't tell what that is either.
I mean, you know what? In Cosmic, if you're facing that down, if you're Sam Hansen on the bump, you must be pretty intimidated. But he gets the fungo out. Dalton Hurst comes in, the switch hitter, batting on the right side. So, Pat, I have to imagine, and I could be completely wrong here, the rule was established when you were in minor league ball.
Correct.
So, before that rule, what was the initial reaction to in that bat changing from left to right?
So the rule came down in college. Before that, I wasn't allowed to switch either.
Okay.
So when I got to pro ball, that was my first professional outing, that YouTube video that kind of blew up. There was no rule in place, so Pat Rossler was one of our coordinators at the time, said, hey, just keep switching until they make somebody pick. And that night, they made the batter pick. I threw a bad curveball, but he had not seen a right-on-right curveball probably his whole life.
Yeah,
so
I
for
can
me,
imagine.
it was an advantage.
Here's a hot shot right up the middle. Dalton Hurst drives in one. Tanner Flowers will score. The Mojis get one back. It's 14-11.
Got a pass down. You're going deep.
Going deep down the field. That's a catch. In Omaha, Tanner Flowers delivers a dart and scores a run in the process. 14-11 is your score. Brings Eric Vasquez, the Cosmic Cowboy, into the batter's box. By the way, for you stat fans out there, oh my goodness, that ball was a bullet out to center field. Mauricio gets there just in time. Joe Moji, 95 Derby homers for him this season. 10 doubles in normal baseball.
There he goes.
Here's a pickoff, but Sam Hansen can't get there in time. A menace on the base pass here.
Is he going to take home?
You know what? I think he's got to. Dancing off the bag. Outside.
He should do it. He's far enough back there. Take off. Have we had
see.
anybody steal home?
We have had plenty of people steal home.
Okay, on a normal pitch like that?
We on pickoffs, we have one player, Blaine McIntosh, who just is so fast.
Okay.
1-2.
Is that over his head?
Nope.
Nope.
Right field,
No,
long run, and a catch is made. Nice play. And that will do it for the home half of inning number 6. 14-11 is your score, Pat. Thank you so much for coming on to the broadcast one more time in the broadcast booth, man. Such a great conversation. I so much appreciate your time and supporting us in Cosmic Baseball. What a night here.
Thanks for having me. You do a heck of a job up here, too. So I got a deep respect for all that you guys do, and I could be more blessed to be a part of tonight.
I appreciate it. Omaha royalty, Pat Venditte in the broadcast booth and with us in Cosmic Baseball. 2 Ks in his return to competitive ball here tonight, and did allow a home run by Alex Mauricio. Pat, thank you so much for coming on. Enjoy the rest of the Cosmic night.
Can't wait.